All right, hey everybody. Welcome to the Tribe of Eden TV True Version show. We are streaming live, and this is the end of season 1 for us. We are officially on a new platform. We're going to talk about it as soon as we go live. But for now, we're going to try to make the show a little bit more fun. So every night that you join us at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, or whatever your time zone is, we're going to do a little cheers. We are having hot chocolate. So we're going to do a little cheers. So if you decide to drink hot chocolate, a beverage, wine, liquor, coffee, water, tea.
You know, the hair of the dog.
We want to make it more of a formal sit together.
Exactly.
So, all right, here we go. We're going to be going live shortly.
3, 2, 1. We are live.
All right, here we are. Welcome back to the Tribe of Eden TV True Version, where we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. We are not streaming currently on Instagram at this time, but we have a major announcement. We are officially a podcast platform. We are on Anchor, Breaker, and is it Breaker?
Yep, Breaker and Radio Public.
And Radio Public. So with that said, because everyone has been a big support for us, we are asking kindly if you can help boost the show by following us and subscribing to us on Anchor. That way you can listen in from anywhere, your car, work, while you're working out, on a walk, at any time, as well as that is the platform for the actual call-in portion of the show. So Walker and I have been working really hard to move off of just a social media platform and turned it into more of a show-based platform where we can interact with everyone who's listening. So we would appreciate if everybody can go to anchor.fm/Tribe of Eden TV later on after the show, later or at some point, and please subscribe to the show. We would prefer, we don't need anything in this divine world, a couple of days. That way we can boost our show into some sponsorship platforms. So I would greatly appreciate it. Walker and I would greatly appreciate it. And we love you all for supporting us.
And one of the cool little things there I mentioned in the actual Tribe of Eden VIP membership is that the Galactic Council was very clear when it comes to the light code blueprints. So the light code blueprints that you all in the tribe, as far as the VIP membership on Vimeo, you have access to those blueprints. The council was very clear in making one of those blueprints public for ascension process at this time, for clearing and everything else.
Yep, so surprise for those who subscribe. It's free to you on Anchor. Listen up. Go ahead, tell them what it is.
So it is the Archangel Light Codes. So this is a good way for you to share something that you get exclusively within the VIP membership with others. So you can say, hey, listen to these light codes. If they resonate, you might want to join this tribe. This is something that having access to these Dark to Light show episodes, and then also these bonus videos that will be coming out. The only light code blueprint that will be coming out and has been authorized is the actual Archangel Light Code blueprint for that activation. So people can actually get to feel into the resonance of what all of you in the tribe are experiencing.
So with that said, so the exclusive content still remains in the subscription VIP Tribe of Eden group. However, Galactic Council was very clear that we were to make the Archangel Blueprint light codes public
Yes.
through our podcast platform. So when you head over to Anchor to subscribe to us after the show, head over today or tomorrow or, you know, when
Right
you're
now.
on your midnight walk.
Right now.
Right now.
And even though those of you that are actually listening on Anchor at a later time, some of one of the beautiful things about Anchor is you can go through Spotify and you can actually listen to our show.
Oh, good point. I forgot about that. So Anchor is now a part of Spotify. So you can actually listen through on Spotify as well. So we are on Spotify. I didn't even think to mention that.
Yes.
And
so if you are listening, check out those bonus codes.
Yes.
Feel into how they resonate. They do amazing things, and it's the only free one that we're offering out of the light codes. But I mean, it's powerful.
So for those who are not in the tribe, you'll see in the chat room, I'm sure our tribe members will be glad to share their experience with these light codes because they are life-changing. They are activating for your connection, and they completely shift the energy of 5D consciousness. So we have a cool topic tonight.
Oh, we do.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. Let's say hi first. Let's do another cheers to the new platform. And
cheers to anchor.fm
yes.
/ Tribe of Eden TV.
Yes, we are so happy.
Woo!
Take a sip
what
together.
A launch. There are currently
That was good.
8 episodes up of season 1 on Anchor currently. And there will be the 9th episode, which will be this one. Mm-hmm. And then we will be moving on to the new season.
Yes, so I'm excited about that. All right, so tonight we're talking about infiltration, not invasion. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a good topic to bring up at this time because there's a lot of confusion surrounding this topic. I love social media, but again, so much distorted and hallucinogenic type topics. So yeah, there's a lot going on social media. So with that said, again, whatever we teach, whatever our wisdom is that resonates with you, let it flow. We do a lot of research. We do a lot of rabbit hole searching because before we can actually talk about it, we have to make sure that what we're channeling from the Galactic Council, from our guides, whatever, makes sense. And there's a lot of fill in the blanks that we need to fill in. And a lot of times these downloads come in over time. So when we hear certain topics, we allow ourselves the time. We channel pretty much almost every evening. And we are getting a lot of details about what's coming up and what things mean. And I have to really say this, that Walker and I truly feel, and you never hear me compliment myself, ever. You never hear me really compliment us. I'm always complimenting the audience, all of you. But I want to compliment us and say that I think we've done a pretty good job of keeping our own biases separate and trying to stick basically to just the spirit channeling, 1. And 2, I feel we've done a lot of homework and research behind the scenes on our own time in order to, for free, in order to bring you some really valuable, invaluable, I guess is a good word, information and wisdom to you. So that way you can find a way to take this information and put it into your own life, because this is not going to be our life. We already have our life established, but we are trying to help people ascend and take that ascension process and go to the next level. So, we put a lot of hard work and time and effort in behind the scenes to do that. So that would be the only time I would pat us on the back to say, wow, we're really dedicated to the tribe. We're dedicated to the show. And, we really want to help, humanity in that 5D world get to the next step.
And some of you will not know this, but in 2012, right before the 2012, December 12th, 2012, a large portion of consciousness actually ascended, what we call the rainbow bridge, into the fifth dimensional consciousness. They got off this place. They got off this fucking rock and went to the real Earth. And what was found out, what I was searching and asking questions to my council, was that Motherella had basically an invitation to go and leave on the Rainbow Bridge, because all of our karma, which started most of this fucked up funhouse game, we cleared enough to the point where we could go home. And so what I was telling her just recently in a channeling is that she decided to stay, because as long as there is these sentient beings that are all, even if you may not be human, okay? Because that's the big thing, is everyone, oh, we're all humans. That's because you've been told you're human, okay? Even if you're not human, it doesn't matter what you are. You think, you feel, you have the ability to believe in things, you have the ability to be coerced into things. She stayed, and she was told, if you stay, you will have no recollection or memory of staying. But she chose to stay because if there was anyone out there still searching, anyone out there that hadn't quite made it yet, hadn't quite made the shift, haven't quite got to that point, because 2012 was going to end. That was the timeline that was just supposed to be, okay, you're done, this is over. And some chose that. Well, she was told, if you make that decision, if you go back and you stay longer to save more, or to go through this persecution of telling the truth, you won't remember ever from here on out making a decision to stay. And you're going to blame the council, you're going to blame the universe, you're going to blame all the, why the fuck am I stuck here? Mm-hmm. So she chose to stay, because as long as I said there is sentient consciousness, beings that can feel, beings that want to learn, beings that want to understand, beings that are empathic, as long as there is a single one of you, we're not done till all of you leave. And this is why there has been this mass beasting, because it has allowed the 3D to make a decision to willfully give their power away, to not become this new being of human, to be codependent on the system that has enslaved them, and to be completely and totally claimed, because that's what this is about. The dark has been trying to harvest all of these souls to the point where they realized they can't have possession over the soul. They can momentarily hijack it, but if they completely remove that which connects the being to source, then they own it like chattel, because they put a patent on it. And all of you here, all of you in the tribe, all of you that have been searching outside of yourself, searching as long as you listening out there are in a mindset that there's got to be something more. There's got to be something more than the life I live, what I'm told, how the world works, rules, laws, all of this stuff. There's got to be something more. For all of you out there, that's fifth dimensional consciousness. You are coming with us. You are all transferring over. Mm-hmm. Because as a giant consciousness, as a collective consciousness, to delete any of you to save us or save a select group of people is not worth it, because that deletion of consciousness is sentient. So this is why you're seeing people willfully ending it.
So with that said, you can only save yourself. You can't save others. We can't save you, and you can't save the people around you. But what you can do is you can save yourself and stay so sovereign and solid in your inner knowing that inadvertently that energy shifts to other people, and they want to feel connected, and you create a space for people to be like-minded and be in a positive community. When I was, and thank you for that. That's beautiful how you said everything, because it can't be more true. But I think that, again, we don't compliment each other very often, but I think we both have done a very good job keeping you all calm.
In fact, we didn't compliment ourselves at all, so we had to get to the point to love ourselves enough to find someone else to bring into our life. We weren't even looking. That could compliment us for us. To basically be like, all those things that I'm saying about myself internally, but I'm not speaking. Oh, look, someone's been attracted, and I didn't even know this was going to happen. Someone's attracted into my life that talks about me for me. It's like, oh, we have to write these bios for the new website. I don't want to write about me. Do you want to write about me?
I would
She's
love
like, okay.
to.
And I was like, okay, I'll write about you. Let's do that.
So
it's easier that way.
It is easier that way. And it's okay. I think we're in a world where if you get complimented or you want to pat yourself on the back, it's looked at as being egotistic or you're big-headed, and there's not enough of that. There's always the pointing the finger for when you do wrong. And the infiltration, not the invasion, is part of that programming. The infiltration makes you believe you are not good enough. That is the whole part of the program. And it is okay to commend yourself. It's okay to compliment yourself. And it's okay to look in the fucking mirror and say, you know what? I fucking did it. It's okay.
So everyone if you know anything about what's been talked about in New Age circles and stuff of ascended masters, right? Talk about ascended masters. Ascended masters are not masters of life or masters of everything. Ascended masters are just like you. They have moved into self-mastery. Mastery of self is what this is all about. This is where you go, no, I do fucking matter. Yes, you do. You fucking matter. And when that is said, that is not ego. Ascended masters know they matter because they know their value. You all know your self-value, and you are moving through these little pieces of where you don't feel valued or what you've attracted into your life that distorts that value. These are all internal traumas and things that have to go because you can't be tied to this planetarium. You can't be tied to the Imaginarium planetarium anymore.
So, we work really hard, like I said, to keep you all calm. Jessica, I just noticed, Jess has been with us a long time, but she gave a quote that I've been saying in my readings for 15 professional years. I've been saying that quote for so long. When I'm worried, all of you need to be worried, because I channel so clearly and at such a high level that when I start to panic, then the world needs to panic. And I don't care where this goes out to. I don't care if people think that's egotistic or I'm above all. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is the amount of information, because remember, this isn't my opinion. This isn't my channeling myself. It's what I'm getting from counsel, from God and the higher source. I told all of you for the last 15 years professionally that this was coming. I already knew the ascension was coming, the Great Awakening. For those who've been with me since the beginning, knew I started shifting in my business. I started reinventing how I taught things back in 2012 for a reason. Then in the last 2 years, way before I met Walker, I started really upping my game on communicating how to handle what is coming down the pipeline to today. I'm talking June 30th, 2021. I have already prepped everybody. Walker and I together combined, I think, have done a very good job keeping everyone calm, because there's a lot of chaos around us. There's a lot of energy that is hyped the fuck up for no reason. And the longer you stay in a state of stillness and inner peace, as well as a state of calming your chaos, I'm telling you, you will see as clear as day your future, not only today, but coming up in the timelines. Trust me when I tell you. Sitting in the moment and being present, living 4 to 6 hours at a time, is what's going to get you through these next 3 months, because there's a lot of shift happening. So with that said, we're going to continue talking a little bit about, I like what Walker said about valuing yourself. I want him to continue that. When we go to break, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit deeper about the infiltration, not the invasion. But I really like what you were saying to everybody, because I feel people lose value in themselves because they're always trying to prove to somebody else, or feeling like they have to overgive to other people to have value to begin with. The value has to come within them first before they can even tip the scales.
Well, I mean,
to give to other people.
Isn't that all that this system is all about? Fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough, fear of not belonging, the fear of someone taking something from someone, or the fear of taking from others in order to succeed. All of these are illusions. And if I can quote a passage from the Bible, which has been so mutilated in its original translation, and if you don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, you won't hear the literal translation. You will actually hear the vibrational translation. And there's a passage that says, "Be still and know that I am God." If you say I am, you are that thing. If you say I am angry, you become the personification of anger, and you become irate and irrational and out of control. If you say I am sorrowful, you become sorrow incarnate. You are trying to embody that actual thing. If you say, I feel anger, then you are able to do something that dramatically transports you. You can time travel when you do this, is you say, I feel anger. You're emoting an emotion. That's energy in motion. You're releasing it. But you're releasing it in a calm manner where you're able to observe your feelings. This is how we remain calm, because we have these things that come in and try to hijack us, and then we observe and say, who's angry here? I feel anger, but where is it coming from? It could even be from the collective. And it could be a very, very small, unconscious little frequency that lies dormant in you that's connected to the collective, that gets freaked out because the collective is freaking out, and the collective is freaking out. Trust me. They're freaking out.
And remember, words have a frequency and a vibration. All of our lives have a frequency and vibration. And as we move into this quantum living on July 5th, 2021, I've been telling you guys for months, prepare. Everything is vibrating. Everything is vibrating. So if you're vibrating low, you're attracting in low. If you're vibrating high, then you're vibrating high.
And that's the thing is, if you feel a low vibration, address it. Don't run from it. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it. Ask it. What are you scared of? What are you afraid of? I feel fear. Why? Because at some point in some area of your life, fear was present, and it's a similar pattern. It comes down to this point of these subconscious and unconscious things that are occurring. And this is why, if you're in fear, you're going to be afraid when your family shows up, when your real family shows up, when the star family shows up, when aliens show up. You're going to be afraid of them because you've been told by movies and all of these things, there's an invasion and they're going to take you out. And they're all about us being stupid meat suits. And so they just want to take all of our resources. Who does that sound like? Does that sound like someone who's from outside of here? Please.
There's so much bullshit. I seriously, there's just so much bullshit. I laugh. We're to the point now where we laugh often. It's really hard to get past us in general, all the bullshit, but now it's becoming an actual comedy show.
Yeah.
We look comical. Yeah.
And we'll talk about the illusionary worlds. We'll talk about the illusion of fear. We'll talk about how everything has been primed up to this point to scare everyone, because they've always been afraid that at some point the dome would crack and our family members would finally come in and kick us out of this fucking place. But they're not just going to scoop us up and save us if we're afraid of them. They're not just going to come in and be like, everything's done, it's good. we'll discuss more on that when we come back after the break.
All right, here we are back at the Tribe of Eden TV True Version show. We are so glad you are listening in on our new platform, Anchor.fm. And for everyone live streaming with us on Facebook and YouTube, we are so grateful you take the time to cheers us, because we are making it an official thing. 2 cheers, click, to have a little drink together, relax, unwind, and stay in a state of controlled chaos. Calming the shit down. All right, so we had a good first half. So if you missed the first half, go back and listen in.
Check it out.
But I think we should dive into infiltration, not invasion, since that seems to be the big fucking hype lately. And I don't even know if I can. I try to use some of social media for research, and it doesn't work anymore. TikTok is my favorite, actually, for research. There's some smart-ass fucking people on TikTok.
And some funny-ass people.
Funny-ass people, too. So TikTok's my go-to lately. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, I'm at Dr. Motherella on TikTok. I love being on TikTok.
And I've actually gone the opposite route. So in 2007, when I woke up to this illusion, and I said, something's wrong, I delved into the deepest, darkest rabbit hole of hopelessness that you could possibly go down, because in 2007, it wasn't looking too great. And I used to research nonstop. And I actually don't do that as much anymore. I'm more in the channeling component. I will watch different reels and things on Instagram or whatever, because I don't really do TikTok. But nothing wrong with TikTok. I just never understood it, never computed with my brain. I watch hers. She shows me cool things on TikTok. But I look at the Instagram pages and things, and I see, oh, this is validation of what I heard. Oh, this is validation of what we channeled. Oh, this. So it's a new experience for me to see more validation without having outside sources. And that was kind of one of the biggest things before I put together the Spectra Mastery course, and why it took so long to put that together was, for such a long time being in personal training, I was trying to build something that people would just be like, oh, he has so much evidence, it must be true. I literally was so afraid of being called out, like I was going to get burned at the stake. Wonder if that was the kind of feeling I got. They're going to burn me. They're going to lock me up. When I finally got past that, after building all these things for clients and stuff, that they're like, I don't quite understand all this stuff you're talking about, physiology and stuff. And I was like, who am I trying to convince? Doctors? Or am I trying to sell a product that I know works? How much confidence do I have in myself? And so this has been kind of opposite for me, is where I'm actually really getting into my inner knowing and seeing validation. And thank you so much to Motherella, who's been able to validate so much of my military past, blocks and gaps and things that I've had that have really set me free with knowing the truth, because I was so programmed, and there were so many convoluted thoughts and confusion. Remember, I've said before, confusion is somebody else's energy in your space. Well, there was literally implants and programs that were confusing me. So for all of those veterans out there that feel like you're not worth shit, I can honestly tell you that's a program. It's programmed that way, and you're supposed to not remember. You're supposed to be truncated in these things.
Remembering is what's going to get you out of this dome that we live in, get us to the place called home. So with that said, the infiltration part is huge when it comes to what Walker's talking about.
And so the newest thing we saw just recently was there was a news article of some kind. I believe it was MSNBC, I believe.
I don't follow that shit.
We don't follow it, but I think it's funny when sometimes that, you know, you get these little notifications on your phone because it's curated stuff.
Oh, because they hear us talking.
Well, it's on my,
pop it up
you know, she's got an iPhone, I got an Android. So it pops up and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Thank you, counsel. This is something to look at. And it said certain scientists at NASA, whatever those are, I'm not sure. NASA stands for not a space agency. But anyway, certain people there that I guess have some sort of authority, or they know things, I guess, have said that there's a very strong possibility that you may be confronted by an alien. And they were advising.
This is actually what they posted.
And this is what they posted because the whole agenda is getting ready. They're going to pull one more false flag or FF, whatever you call it, and then they're going to go all in with the alien card. Okay, that's the next agenda. So they said if you meet one, don't approach it, stay away from it. It's deadly, it's dangerous. Do not assume that it's friendly. Why? What? Oh, you mean don't assume it's you? Don't assume it's like the government? Don't assume it's like your governors? Don't assume that?
I'm more afraid of some of the people holding office coming face to face with those people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they whack you if you tell the truth. I'm more afraid of the soulless humans than I am of seeing an alien. I've already seen aliens for years. And I have no problem. You guys can call me whack jobs. You can call me crazy. I don't fucking care. I've been seeing aliens since I've been young. 1, 2, the reptilians have infiltrated this country. Not just country, planetarium, because it's controlled and run by them, hundreds of thousands of years ago.
And their main thing is they don't want to leave. They're locked in here with us.
No.
They run this whole fucking imaginary.
They want you to be afraid because they don't want you to know the truth. So if you ever see an alien outside of reptilian, run towards that alien and say, please, for the love of God, take me with you. Because that is why the MSN is trying to scare the shit out of you with fear porn.
So first of all, an actual alien that is not of negative vibration, you will feel in your heart.
Absolutely.
Okay. There's a lot of disinformation out there that these reptilians, and yes, they do have telepathy and they can place telepathy, but they can't get past your self-sovereignty. So if you are self-sovereign, you know you are a sovereign being. You know you are a multidimensional being. You know that you are more than this body, and you have removed all your trauma. They can't in any way convince you with golden-tongued words that they're friendly if they're not. Mm-hmm. You will feel a bliss vibration from another species that is of a higher dimensional consciousness. And they haven't wanted to come through, to be honest. They've been doing extractions for certain family members. And the funny thing is about this entire thing, the big surprise, right, is that this invasion, okay, these are going to be reverse engineered Air Force
quote unquote invasion
triangles, and then your typical looking, you know, that's a flying saucer. It looks like all those ones from 1950s and all the little green men.
Could it be?
Right.
I don't know. There's all pictures, suppressed pictures.
How many videos?
Blocked pictures.
How many videos?
Videos from just average people. More now than ever. I'm telling you, go on TikTok, you'll see all kinds of shit. That's actual footage. And then people are still going like this. Are they going to disclose anything? Listen, they've already came and disclosed. Aliens have already disclosed
and
that they're present.
They're already here.
Why are you waiting for the ones who suppressed it
to
tell you? Do you think they're going to come out and tell you? They're going to have this full disclosure?
Invasion on a mass scale because they're already here.
They've been here.
And for those of you in the tribe, for those of you that have had galactic star family readings, for those of you who have done Spectra and done the mastery course, you feel energy, as Raven was saying, put it very beautifully here in the comments, said, she's having trouble using actual words because my soul speaks energy more. She'll connect with another being of high vibration like that, and they will communicate without any words, okay? That is going to happen. For those of you that have got your galactic star family readings, you're already part of the infiltration. You've already invaded the reptilians' world. You're already not human.
Yeah.
And they're very grateful for your service. The family members have been trying to crack into this dome. They're your family. And like I said, you will know. I don't know if I'd recommend just running up and hugging an alien unless you feel this vibration and bliss to do so. They can't hide it from a fifth dimensional person. They can hide it from
They can try.
someone that's walking down, the street like a zombie, or is almost running you over because they're driving while unvaccinated.
I'm more afraid of running into one of the highly beastung that looks so disassociated from self. I'm more afraid of them.
Especially operating motor vehicles.
I'm waiting for them to glitch. I'm literally waiting for them to glitch like an iPhone. Like I'm waiting for them to fuck up and start twitching, because how they are talking it's so surreal to watch. So for those who want to keep falling into the fear porn, that there's this invasion coming up. Invasion's been here.
Infiltration.
They've invaded long ago, and then they infiltrated. It's been going on for hundreds of years. So here I am again, or here we are again. Stop falling into the hype. Stop falling into the fucking chaos.
Will there be a scare? Yes. Will there be a fake awakening? Yes. Will there be a fake invasion? Yes. Will you be able to see through all of it? Yes, because you'll remain calm. And from a point of being still and standing in that stillness, be still and know that I am God. Just be still. And
right out of the Bible, folks.
Into your higher mind. And those that say, well, you shouldn't do that, Jesus was perfect. Okay, let me quote something else from Jesus. Jesus said, after he was doing some of his miracles, he said, even greater things than I you shall do. Jesus was trying to push people away. If you want to call him Jesus, his name was Yeshua ben Hur. But his whole purpose, he was not here to be a Christ. He was here to teach and get those here to remember Christ consciousness or crystalline consciousness. That's fifth dimensional consciousness, meaning he doesn't want anyone to bow down to him. Someone said, Jesus, pray for me in one of the parables. And Jesus said, I will not pray for you. Jesus isn't going to pray for you, because praying, P-R-E-Y, remember the English language, this linguistic thing that was brought about during the time of Babylon, and actually the Tower of Babel, because you blah, 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 babbling, right? That's where babbling comes from. The Tower of Babel, there was this discordant energy that came in and no one could understand each other. Why? Because language came in. Language came into it, and not telepathy. That means their telepathy got cut off. And they could no longer truly communicate with one another because they sounded like Babel.
Babylonia.
Babylon. Okay? This entire empire, the Illuminati, Hollywood, it's all Babylon. Okay? Why was it called Babylon? What did they do in Babylon? Okay? So,
if they went to the research.
Yeah, you know what?
Go watch a couple movies.
Okay. That's okay.
Your movies are your information. Watch a couple movies.
As I've said before, if you want to watch the news, watch a movie. If you want to watch entertainment, watch the news.
Yeah.
They're all actors.
Exact opposite.
Yeah. But you are the infiltration. You've been here. You were the ground force. You came in first and forgot everything. I mean, not just that you were a source or connected to it, or even just your previous past lives. It all got wiped. No. So and this timeline won't.
in 5D consciousness, nothing computes because you broke your programming. And so now they're getting frustrated because, go ahead, where's my sounds? What?
You always bounce around.
Hey, I'm trying to get my dragon.
Okay, turn it down because it's really loud. Where are you going? Now punch it. There you go.
That's what
Burn
happens
to a
when you
crisp.
break your programming and you enter 5D consciousness. You're fire, you're badass. Your original reptilian DNA, because we all have it, starts to come out. And then you're burning those around you because they're trying to control you still, and you say, no, I'm not fucking taking it anymore. So,
as what they've been trying to do for such a long time, this is the dark agenda, is they have been trying to eliminate that which makes us human. H-U-E-M-A-man.
human.
Rainbow. Human.
Hugh.
And they've been trying to remove that. So when they manipulated the DNA, they thought, oh yeah, now we have control over it. Well, they just manipulated the brain. They just manipulated the mind control. They don't have heart control until they remove one's own connection with source. Well, no one can do that unless you give your free will away. Here, govern me. Oh, you want me to do that? Okay, what do you want me to take? How long do you want me to take it? How many masks do you want to wear on my ass? What is it? Just let me know. Let me know. When that happens, what people don't understand is that neural network kicks in, and they are part of a symbiotic artificial system, an artificial intelligence system, a computation system. And it's not quantum by any stretch of the imagination. It's what they think is a quantum computer, all connected to a quantum computer that can't go past a fourth dimensional frequency wall.
So there's the
dome.
There's the fear. The fear is the infiltration they're doing with the bee stings and these neural networks. That's where the infiltration is. They are infiltrating your own fucking brain. That should be the fear.
But that's the only
So they're
3D.
saying they can't hear this special music. Can you hear this? Did anyone hear that? If you heard that, please let us know in the chat room. Because Oregon Farm Girl said she can't hear the dragon.
Well, it was really low because last time it blew out my eardrums.
Oh, let's try it again. How about now? That's Motherella. Oh, nobody can hear it.
Interesting.
Oh, all right.
Interesting.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
We sure will. It might be a YouTube thing.
No, it's not. It's not. No dragon?
No dragon.
Did you hear him swear when I played that? Did you guys at least hear the swearing? How about that? I just played it again. Oh, what? That's the best part of the whole show.
Well, it's recording, so it'll go in the show. For those on the radio, you guys will hear it. Unfortunately, there's some sort of little hiccup technology. Maybe they just don't want us to have our joy of our sound effects. That's all there is to it.
Well, for me, the show's over now.
Oh my God.
I can't do it
You
without
deal
the music.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I just played it again and nobody can hear it.
Keep talking.
All right. So I'm sorry nobody can hear anything when it comes to the special effects. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me talking now? Say yes, please.
Of course they can hear you. You all can hear us, right? Yes, exactly.
Yes. Siani says yes. Yes. Okay. At least you can hear us. So back to the conversation. The infiltration. The scariest part of the infiltration is not the aliens. It's what they're doing to the humanity. It's the crimes against humanity. So how do we move forward? We control our chaos and stop falling into the hype and staying sovereign and staying within your own inner power, staying grounded, and focusing solely on you. Tell these people who keep coming at you to pull your energy and yank your energy to kind of go fuck off. You just played it again. I hope everyone heard that. let us know. Just said yes. All right, so with that said, we'll take a couple questions. And then, I don't know, we might do some surprise announcements at the end.
Oh, what would those be?
I don't know. So let's see. Oh, nope, nobody can hear. Nobody heard it. That's okay, we'll fix it. We'll have to play with it later.
Keep talking.
Oops, I said the wrong thing. We'll have to play with the music later. Oopsies. All right.
Keep going.
I'm waiting for the questions.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the questions. We're getting quiet here on the podcast.
Who's this green dragon?
It is driving me nuts. Who's this green dragon? What?
From the Draco codes.
Oh. Movie recommendations, The Island from 2005. When was it?
2005.
The Island, 2005, talking about what's happening in 2019. Strongly recommend.
When did you see that?
2 days ago.
That's right.
The Island.
Me too.
When did you see it?
2 days ago.
Yeah. And we were guided to watch it, ready for this, after we did probably 14 to 18 pages of downloads with pictures and all kinds of stuff. I didn't even know it was made. I didn't know what it was. And then it validated stuff that we had in our little notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched it on Netflix. So let's go back to this green dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So after the light codes, I'm assuming she saw a green dragon.
Correct.
So I keep picking up the emerald heart.
Correct.
So
there's a story behind the Draco light codes, which I'll probably talk about in some type of bonus video, or perhaps in an actual episode, a Tribe of Eden VIP membership episode. There were 3 dragons. The chant is said 3 times within the dragon light codes, and they are specific colors. And the green dragon is the emerald heart of the individual's own dragon coming to life.
I like Jessica's question. What about the timeline? What does the timeline mean for the young children who were born after 2012 who already came in with the ascension process, with the higher consciousness? You're asking, will they stay with us, or will we be forced to choose to stay with them? Actually, they're already in the 5D. We're following them. They're leading the way. So if anything, they've been trying to pull us there, but we are so indoctrinated in this 3D that we had to unravel and remove that 3D programming to even see the 5D consciousness of our own children.
So much of what happened during 2012, while everyone was asleep and thought the end of the world was going to happen, was the system was frozen, sped up far beyond 2012, and then everyone woke up the next day thinking it was the end of the world, and nothing happened. And people go, well, why didn't something happen? That simulation was deleted. Everyone that got out, got out. The ones that decided to stay were put into all of us here within having infiltrated this system have figured out how the dark works. We figured out how evil works. We figured out how the reptilians work. And we've been able to start to dismantle this system because it runs off of all of you. It runs off of energy. It runs off of loosh. It runs off of giving praise to someone or being afraid of someone else, giving away your power. That's how it's run. So when we were able to figure out all of that, the more we could go inside to connect to that higher mind, the more we've been able to dismantle this thing. Those of you that have done the Spectra Mastery course know that you have completely been unplugged from the matrix entirely. And that server that was running off the back of that plug in one's neck, that was running tendrils through all of the chakras, when that server goes down, large chunks of the matrix start to glitch. Because it's not about a quantity thing of energy. It's about a quality thing. It's about an energy quotient. One light being completely activated can far surpass the 100% needed to start making this thing crack and dismantle.
So I hope that explains a lot. We are running close to the end of time. I'll answer one more quickly. Carol, yes, animals are sovereign and they are already in a higher consciousness. That is why they become our loved ones in the afterlife, and that is why they become our partners, if you will, in this human experience. So that answer is yes. All right, so unfortunately we don't have enough time for more questions, but we do have a couple of announcements. Motherella's website, thank you to my partner in crime here. He did amazing work. I can't wait. We're going to be launching that tomorrow. Walker's Spectra course is still available. I've been giving green lights to those that need Spectra 1 through their healings. I don't say Spectra to everybody. You have to be ready for that type of healing work. But if you want to check out more information, please go to avatararmory.com or motherella.com to get more information. As for the Tribe of Eden TV, you can join our subscription group at vimeo.com/on-demand/Tribe of Eden. And more importantly, please support us and get us on that higher platform so we can get our sponsorship by going to anchor.fm/Tribe of Eden TV right after watching this and subscribe so that way we can get to our goal in mind. We love that you all support us and that you tune in and you listen. We have some surprise announcements coming up next week with more raffles and more fun stuff and special guests and things like that. We are just finishing out some of our quote-unquote projects in order to get those completed. New merch is available through avatararmory.com as well. We keep putting out new merch every month, but I promise we're going to get organized and stay on schedule and give that information all to you in time. Do you want to add anything?
There will be the launch happening of Motherella's website, like she said. There is a rebrand, and there will be new merch with her rebrand on there too, available this weekend.
Yes. So again, the call-in show will give you a lot of details when it comes to that time for the anchor.fm because we're allowed to take questions and things like that on that platform.
And there will be some Spectra merch as well coming through, some Nova Body Spectra merch. Those will be available to everyone. For those that it took the Spectra Mastery Attunement, you will be getting some very specific merch that no one else will be getting.
All right, so that wraps it up. I'm going to close us out. He's going to be playing the music, and thank you all for joining us. We'll cheers you until Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you all. Happy 4th of July, and go independence in your freedom.
Take care, everyone.
We love you all.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.